Welcome to the WUG, guys. The WUG Podcast is about that feeling you get in business and life where you have no fear, no doubt, you can't fail. Welcome, guys, to the WUG Podcast. Welcome, guys, to the 4th episode of the WUG Podcast. When I started this thing, did I think I would be in the office of the CEO of the Florida Panthers? Absolutely not. Now, I really want to get this going with something that this podcast kind of represents, which is entrepreneurship or being a rebel, absolutely being in that zone. So Camilla, will you get in the screen real quick? Camilla has told Matt and I that it's a bad idea to slam on the table. So what I think is let's jump this one off with Matt and I potentially slamming on the table, if it's okay with Camilla. Is it okay with you?
Sure.
Yeah, ready? Yeah. Let's get into it. Now I'm fired up. All right, Matt.
You may have more energy than me. That was impressive.
Well, hey, it takes a lot of energy to get in a room with a guy like you, dude. How many times did I love one of the comments you made to me once. You were like, I think you've sent like 1,000 emails to my VP of marketing.
Yeah, the marketing team assistant, Sean McCaffrey, our chief operating officer. You're relentless. It's awesome though. We're happy to help out and talk about the Panthers, whatever you want.
Listen, I can't tell you how much I've researched you for this podcast. I think we went into it a little bit, but I want to talk about the WUG, which is what this is about, man. The WUG is that zone that we've talked about, that fearlessness, that thing. And man, I thought that you walked around with it 100% of the day. Like anytime I've been around you, man, anytime I've talked about you, you have like a glow, dude. Yeah. Like it's incredible. So I want you to like kind of go into maybe the fact that like something you shared with me before, if you're okay with that. I had no idea, man, because like I look at you and I'm like, holy like wow. Yeah, go into it.
Listen, at the end of the day, if you're going to be the leader on the ground, right, you got to lead from the front, right? So wherever you're walking, if it's in the locker room, if it's in the business offices, in the community, people are watching you. So if you're not giving it like 110% all the time and you're locked in and dialed in, people will feed off that, So you and I were catching up before, and you had shared with me that, believe it or not, you were like a nervous kid. And you still are nervous?
I still am a nervous guy. Yeah. I've shared that on previous podcasts. Like, I am a nervous guy.
And I said to you, when I was a kid, I was really nervous. And you were like, no, Wesley, I'm telling you.
I still don't believe you.
Yeah, my mom always jokes. When I was like 4 or 5 years old, I was, nervous about going to school. Whether I was going to do well in school. I was nervous about, making friends. I was nervous about talking to girls, anything. I wasn't talking to girls at 4 years old, but I was. I
don't believe that either.
Whatever it was, like, and I'm not. I think it's just. I have a very courageous, crazy father that I've told you about. I have a great mom.
That you wrote a book about.
And I have 3 older siblings, and I think that somehow, over time, they took like that nervousness and like that anxiety and just turned it into intensity, and to this day, sometimes if I'm worried about, the upcoming season that's coming up, I'm worried about a big project or a big brief, or, the ownership is all over us about something. When I get anxious about it, it kind of makes me focus more, and when I'm like, usually when I'm dialed in and locked in, it's really a result of like, kind of like butterflies.
Butterflies, pre-game jitters, like we've all been there, Really what I want to get into, man, is that zone. Why does that happen? When does it happen? And what do you do with it? What do you do with it? How do you capitalize on the WUG, on that killer zone, man?
I mean, I try to be in the zone all the time.
I already knew that. I already knew that walking in here, man.
So I'm trying to, because you're trying to maximize like every minute you're working, right? Every time you're trying to make something happen and motivate the staff and sell tickets and sell sponsorships and push the community. So for me, I try to like just make it part of my natural habitat. Now, it's hard to be, that kind of intensity level all the time, right? So
it's impossible.
So for me, I find. There's parts of the day where you're kind of, are really excited and locked in and dialed in on something, and then you got veered off. And actually, there's sometimes where you don't want to be that intense. You want to be more deliberate. You want to read through a memorandum. Make sure you read a contract. So you kind of got to turn it on and off. Right?
I love that. You know why I love that? Because you're able to kind of compartmentalize like the different parts of your day.
Right.
Right. This podcast is about that zone, and really, I think it's more about sales at the end of the day.
Right.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Right. But you have far more responsibilities than I do. Which my job is to kick the door in here at the Florida Panthers and beg for some work. Right? Your job is to manage this whole operation at a super young age. Like you're what, like a couple years older than me?
I'm 38.
I can't believe you just put that out there. Dude, you're 38, and actually that makes me kind of feel bad, man, because I'm 35. And honestly, man, like you just crush it. Like you've brought something to the Florida Panthers that hasn't been here, hasn't been in South Florida. Dude, people in Miami are starting to buzz.
Yeah.
Right? And I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because Miami has never really been like a big supporter of the Florida Panthers.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we've struggled. I mean, listen, this team, it was kind of, if you remember the Vegas Golden Knights this year.
Of course.
The first year,
man.
out the gate, so much excitement. Panthers were very much like that, right? They went to the Stanley Cup in just its third year in existence. Right? This place was rocking. And they actually played in Miami back then. So, after the Cup, between the Cup and which was 1996, and when Vinny bought the team in 2013,
which made the entire difference.
Yeah,
like without that, honestly, we wouldn't be talking about the Panthers.
Exactly right. It all starts with ownership, right?
Absolutely.
If you have strong vision, strong direction, strong capital, there's a lot of money that goes into this place, right? And he's just a man that is just has a high standard of excellence in everything he does, whether it's Wall Street, whether it's being an entrepreneur, Kentucky Derby,
his horse wins the Kentucky Derby. Yeah, he's a winner. I love talking about that.
Oh yeah, and on that note, when I called him to congratulate him, you'll love this story.
Oh, I love it. Bring it, bro.
Yeah,
bring it.
He told me that the odds to find a horse, breed it, and then train it and bring it through and then win the Kentucky Derby. He calculated all the math. Let's just call it 5x of what it is to like win a Stanley Cup. So he's like, so what are we waiting for? I did this in a few years. Like, let's get going. I was like, well, congratulations on winning the 2017 Kentucky Derby. But he sets a high bar, and he's very, very intense. And we just try to follow his lead, and I've tried to bring that energy here.
But here's my thing: how do you think Vinny handles the WUG? Or does Vinny just wake up in the morning, roll out of bed, and Vinny's in the WUG 24/7? Because that's kind of what it sounds like.
I think he does an incredible job of what'd you say before?
Compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
It's normally me that stutters. So I love that. I got you on that one.
Exactly, and just like his ability to focus is incredible. And when the Panthers are like front of mind, he's calling that phone. You better answer soon. It shouldn't even take a couple of rings.
You better not mess around.
Yeah. He's great. I mean, he's inspirational, right? Because people that challenge you and push you because they know you can do better. They know you can be stronger, and so you want to perform for them. So he's got an incredible amount of intensity and focus, and I think he knows when to apply it. I try to be intense all the time. But it comes and goes. Yeah.
It comes and goes, but I want to get back to it, man.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I really do. Like, I always want to dig into what this is, right? Because this has affected my life in an incredible way.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't be sitting in front of somebody like you if I hadn't identified what this is.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, how is it for you day to day? Like, do you recognize when you get in that zone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like,
give it to me straight, man.
Yeah. No, I love it. I'm a morning guy, right? So I get up fairly early.
I know that. I've gotten texts from you when you're working out at like 6 a.m. Yeah, I know.
And I work out. I do like an hour workout, and I usually try to put the phone down and like clear my mind. When I come out of that workout, I'm excited. It's still a little dark out. I feel like I have that edge.
And you
can ask all my people that work for me. I'm like firing off thoughts, getting everything off my head. When I come in here, I want to come in, like laser focused, dialed in, and I usually have like one big kind of central theme, one big task that I'm trying to accomplish every day, right? Like there's one thing when I wake up in the morning that I say to myself, I'm not going to bed tonight until this is done. Right, so
I love that.
So that's now when
I love that.
Work, I start working on it. Usually the first 2 hours, I'm locked in. Then you get sidetracked,
Yeah,
right.
Happens.
Like so, your phone rings, a client needs something.
Like squirrel.
So then this is the toughest part: is you have to kind of drift off, focus on that other item, and a lot of times it's not something that needs like an immediate answer. It's something that is a little more deliberate. Before we had to read through a contract that we have with one of our vendors, and there's a little dispute that we're having, and I had to go back and forth. That you can't just be like intense and excited. You have to really, all right, what exactly does this mean? And get the lawyers.
That's a completely different podcast theme.
Yes, totally different.
It's not.
So then you got to pivot, right? Because you just
man, contract. We've used pivot so many times in these couple episodes, dude.
And then you got to be able to just fly back in,
Pivot, and then how do you fly back in, man?
Yeah,
because when it's time for you to get in that zone, to sign players, to convince people to see your vision, to do everything that you've done here while you've been here. Like, how do you get back in that zone?
There's some switch, that really
is. There it is.
That goes
now, how does that switch happen? I want to know, man. I'm going to push.
I think that this may throw you off a little bit. A little bit has to do with like diet, right? So when you come in the day, right, you're excited, you're fired up. And what I try to do is like kind of like small meals throughout the day. So like a protein bar here, a little snack here.
I have never heard that.
Yeah, because otherwise you're like your glucose levels, your sugar levels like will kind of like be too much of a roller coaster. But if you kind of do it throughout the day, you have that like built-in energy. As opposed to like, let's say you wake up, you're kind of late getting out, you don't go work out, you miss breakfast, and then you just have like a huge lunch. Then you're like knocked out for like 2 hours.
If you guys don't see my face, this is what it looks like right now. I have never heard that response.
That is. So it's not like, it's more of like a long-term. I keep
getting surprised by these successful people who have different answers to that question.
And that's what works for me. I mean, I'm not a night owl. I know there's people that stay up all hours of the night, and I try to get home.
Happens to be me.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I mean, I'm just telling you what works for me, so I don't think that this applies to everybody. But if I'm not in bed by like 10:30 on a weeknight, it's hard for me to maintain that level of intensity the whole next day, and
I don't think it's difficult for you to maintain level of intensity like ever. By the way, because I've been in the Lexus Lounge, like multiple times. You've seen me in there. But what you don't see is that when I see you and McCaffrey, by the way, shout out to McCaffrey, awesome guy. Start working that room. Oh boy, dude. You guys bring energy. You guys have a glow. You guys have something other people don't, and that's what I love about this podcast. Because it's about that thing. And in those moments, I see you guys glad-handing. I see you guys really believing in your mission here at the Florida Panthers. And I love it, dude.
Thank you.
I get fired up. You've seen me get fired up. Like, and that's really what fascinates me about you and McCaffrey and anyone I've met here at the Panthers.
We've told every employee you are like an ambassador and representative of the franchise, and we can't control the wins and losses, right? That's up to the players and the coaches and the GM, but we can control a lot of other things, and how we treat people, especially in Club Lexus. It's our prime club,
or Corona Club. Dude, I've been at all of them, guys. By the way, like
good spots.
You have to visit them.
Great corporate partners, and then the people in there have spent their luxury dollar with us, and we try to win every night, which is the ultimate experience, but. Winning is everything, right? But if you treat the people really well, right, and you're passionate about them and hear their story and get to know all of them, they're like, wow, I come here and feel really welcome. Then we mean it. Like, we're a family atmosphere, right? So, and there's good sides and bad sides of that. Sometimes we're yelling and screaming at each other like a family, and the good sides, I think, we're very welcoming.
Well, you have to do that. That has to be part of, if you want to be in the trenches, like, you're in the trenches. If you're somebody who won't be in the trenches, then you won't. By the way, that's not a military. I know you have a military background. I am not comparing myself to you military-wise. But I do want to go back to something. Okay. So since you've taken over, right, the buzz is it's moving. Like, it's trending up.
It is.
Right? It's not an instant thing. You know that.
Right.
But I want to talk about Miami. Right? Miami is a very odd demographic. Right? But at the same time, Miami is about buzz, about energy, about what's hot at the moment, what's going on or whatever. And honestly, I believe that the fans in Miami who support sports are missing out on the Panthers.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that. I believe that because I've been here multiple times or whatever. Not only that, it's my podcast. I don't have to lie to you, so I don't care. But, why are they missing out?
Yeah.
Why? Why are they not
listen, it's a great
stacking the stadium?
Great young team. We have an unbelievable GM, Dale Talon, right? And when Vinny bought the team, he had already had a couple of good drafts under his belt. And then we've had, 4 more drafts under his belt under Vinny's ownership. So the team is stacked. We had a great finish last year.
We talked about the offense before.
Yeah, the offense
is
the top,
stacked.
the top.
You guys have rookies coming in. You guys have you're stacked.
We have a lot of battles in training camp. We start tomorrow.
Oh, I love it, dude.
So
we talked about
veterans
that.
and rookies that'll be in first, second year guys that'll be battling for positions. We never had that before. In hockey, you have 4 lines. Our top 2 lines, which is 3 players each, is really set. 6 really, really good players. And then the bottom 6 players, there's going to be 10 guys fighting over it. So it's great to have that competition. It's healthy. And, Broward, Palm Beach, they've always been very big supporters.
They are. They're the demos, man.
That's our demo. Most of our season ticket holders.
But why is Miami not the demo?
Yeah, I think a distance is a little bit for them.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
That's what I've heard from. But we need more people to come up from Miami.
That's it.
Yeah,
But I want you to tell me why they need to come up, because they're a very complicated demographic. By the way, no one figures them out. There's huge franchises that don't go into Miami because they can't figure them out.
Yeah. So listen, Miami loves a winner, right?
That's it.
That's it. We're gonna win this year, right? I mean, we have so much momentum. We were the top team in the league. The second half of the season.
The playoff chase was absolutely
awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah. We had a great Facebook watch series that the league did on us. We had inside access. So the players are primed to, they're young and they're primed to take over, right? So winning is a big piece of it. The other thing is the community's really gotten behind us. You mentioned before all the things we do in the community. And
the ice rinks,
the outdoor rinks. It was about a year ago today. We had the horrific Hurricane Irma.
Yeah.
We turned this arena into a civic center to house Florida Power and Light utility workers, police, fire rescue. Everything was here, and they were able to deploy and get to the community much quicker because they were already on the ground. And that means a lot to people. They look over and they say, "Wow." I mean, if I don't know anything about hockey, these are actually really good people that are helping out.
Absolutely. And to get a compliment before this podcast from an advertising agency guy complimenting your advertising team means a lot. And I complimented the moves you guys have made out in the community is great.
Yeah, thanks.
But here it goes. I'm not getting off it, man. Why? Why should Miami guys? Why should Miami sports fans who are looking for that for that energy, and they're missing it because anyone who comes here knows the energy is hot, knows that the experience is amazing. Why are they not a major demo for you guys?
Well, first off, it is a major demo. We want to go after them.
I know you want to, but
right now I'd say only about 10% of our fans are coming from Miami. I think, listen, we got to win, which we started doing last year. So winning's coming. We've been in the community. And then just how we treat people, you come in this arena, there's great energy, there's great music, all the things we do, on the scoreboard and throughout the arena, the concourse is awesome. Our food's great, all the lounges you mentioned before, Lexus, Corona, there's something for everybody here, right? So if you want to come out and have a good time and really get rally behind a sports team, this is it, so.
You know what, man? I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you.
Okay.
And that just put a little bit of nervousness in my stomach sitting across from a guy.
I can jump right over this table. Right?
Yeah, I know you could.
I've already mapped out every.
So I think that Miami is already loyal to the Florida Panthers. I think so. I think they've been there long enough. They've seen that the ownership is loyal, is willing to put the money, which you mentioned, or whatever. You know what I think we're missing? Or they're missing. I'm not missing it. I love this place. I had my company Christmas party here, which, by the way, that one got a little bit out of control. But you know what it is? I think that they don't truly understand the fact that this is a real organization. You go, because Miami people have been slighted before, right?
Yep.
I think that's it. I think it's doubt, right? How do you get over that doubt? Because you look at them. I'm not going to mention his name, but the baseball team. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the difficulties that Beckham's gone through just to try and get something here.
Yeah.
I think it's a doubt thing. I think they have the loyalty,
right,
but they have a slight bit of doubt.
Yeah.
And I'd love to know like your thoughts on how someone like you, who by the way, West Point, Northwestern JD, MBA, by the way, in case you didn't think I researched you, would strategize to get over that.
Yeah. So they have every reason to doubt.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, I mean, it started with our own franchise. I mean, we've had multiple ownerships, multiple managements, some managements that didn't always fulfill their promises. So people, that maybe spoke to someone here 5 years ago, they haven't quite.
It's different.
Yeah. So listen, that's a long-term strategy, right? Like we just have to provide stability, right? Like constant winning, constant community presence. And then like one of the biggest problems with a sports franchise is turnover. People come in and out, whether it's players. Well, players is one, there's free agency, there's trades, but even just in the business staff, right? Like people hop to different jobs, people come in to, right out of college. So what we've really focused on is treating our employees great. I mean, we work them really hard, but we try to do as much for them so they're happy to be here. I mean, just last night, we went to the Extreme Action Park. I don't know if you've ever been. You would love this place. And every game you could have. Yeah, it just sounds great. I don't even know how to explain it to you. But we brought our whole staff out last night.
All you had to say was Extreme Action Park.
Yeah, it's right off 95. They were awesome. Yeah. This morning we brought in breakfast. This is like our employee appreciation week as we get people fired up for the season. And once you have that stability and all those people that are out in the market building the outdoor rinks and doing the community events, and once the market starts seeing, wow, this is the same guy that came here, John Colombo, who runs our community relations. You mentioned Sean McCaffrey, our chief operating officer. Sean Thornton, former player, is now with us for almost 2 years now.
And by the way, I have to interrupt you. I got to throw a shout out to our mutual buddy, Nicky Loudon.
Oh, yeah. Nick,
and his new beautiful young
boy.
Child.
Yeah,
young boy.
Him and Carla.
Congratulations, Nicky.
Thanks.
Sorry, I
awesome.
I almost forgot to do that, and I would have been really upset.
Yeah, well, but hiring people like Nick, real studs that back up what they're going to say. Oh, yeah, back up what they're going to say and always deliver for you and give you 110%. And, like, doing all those things, but over a consistent period of time. You can't just do it for 1 or 2 years and expect everybody, because they've been told all this before. So they got to see it in action. So it's coming for us.
It's coming.
It's
okay. So here's my next question. I was absolutely in that zone, in that fearlessness, whatever, that Saturday afternoon when I sent you a text to ask you to be on this podcast.
Yeah.
And I was straight up honest with you about what it was at the time.
Can I say what you said? Dog shit, I think. You said you were going to push me, but I'm pushing you.
Oh, now you want to come back. All right. So basically what I text Matt was, hey, Matt, what's going on? Maybe something like, sorry to bother you on a Saturday, but I'm sure I didn't put that because I didn't care. Because I was in the zone, man. I was confident. I was like, hey, I got this new podcast. It's not a huge media thing. It's actually kind of dog shit at this point. And I wonder if you just do me a huge ass favor and be on it.
Of course. I'm helping the community.
Now I'm charity? I love it.
Come on, I'm just messing with you.
I love it. Oh, now I put it right back on you, dude. There you go. Yeah, man. The last thing that I'm really curious about, and Camilla usually, throws a 5-minute thing. I have no idea how much time we have left right now. But how when I'm into this new venture of podcasting, which honestly I have no idea what I'm doing. So when I'm in that, but I get in a zone and I'm able to text a guy as successful as you, right? And just be straight up honest and come at you with like authenticity or whatever.
Yeah.
How are you, being the leader of the Florida Panthers, going to get over the doubt that the Miami people have for the Florida Panthers? And it has nothing to do with the Florida Panthers.
Yeah. So you're asking me how am I getting over the doubt?
How's the WUG going to help you get over it? Because if I wasn't in the WUG, you would have never got that text.
No, now I got you. Yeah. I think you're real. You're, for better or worse, you're a real guy, right? You say exactly what's on your mind, right? And
it gets me in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and you're opening. Most people's opening sales pitch is like, "Come work with me because I'm gonna do great things for you, and you're going to make so much money, and you get so much. You said, hey, I'm just getting started. This is probably not going to be a big media blitz for you, but it would help me kind of get rolling. And I appreciated like the personal touch. I appreciated that you were being real, and you said that it would be a different type of interview, and it wouldn't be like a normal like what's the CEO do every day, and so I just appreciated like just you being real. I said, you know what, let's do it. Let's get out there and go for it. Yeah.
Back to it. How's the WUG going to get you over the doubt Miami people have?
So I think that by you displaying that being authentic, I think the market, especially in Miami, is going to say, listen, this guy took this on, dude. Right? And just got on. And
that is it, man.
And you've been challenging me and going after it back and forth.
Dude, that is it, though. Authenticity.
Is everything.
Honesty, which people have a really hard time handling, but I think is way more entertaining.
Yeah.
So basically, the Florida Panthers are going to be here for the long term because of a great ownership.
Yep.
They've got a dynamic CEO.
Thank you.
Right? Yeah, you're welcome. That's the only compliment I'm going to give you. No, that's not true. And you know what? You guys are going to put it on the ice.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Ice. Yep.
It's on the ice.
Yep.
On the ice and in the arena. Anyone who's come to this arena, man, I came, so many times this year, and I just had a lot of fun, as you saw.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, like you did. You showed great supporter. But yeah, I think being authentic, like, even if you make mistakes, even if you, go out and have a slip up, if you're real about it and you're just honest, people would rather you, just be real about it and not try to make excuses and try to hem and haw and try to beat around the bush. Just be who you are. We've made mistakes since we bought the team.
Absolutely.
We had a season we had a really good season. We made a couple too many changes at the end of the year, and our fans complained about it, and then the results on the ice weren't there, and we stood up and said, hey, we made a mistake there. Let's get back on track. And I think our people, while they were still frustrated, they appreciated us being honest. So
I hear you. So it's a long term deal.
Yep.
Which absolutely drives a sales guy like me crazy.
Yep.
And I don't like that long term strategy thing or whatever. I hate it.
Yeah.
I'd rather jump the hurdle.
Yeah.
And
than the marathon.
Than the marathon or whatever.
Yeah. But you can't just be short term if you're going to build a great long term.
Well, that's why you're a CEO and I'm a sales guy. The last 2 minutes, I want to give you an opportunity to just say what's going on with the Panthers and all the exciting things you guys have that we discussed before. Just give it to them straight.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I couldn't be more fired up about this team, this franchise. I'm so proud of our staff. We got training camp starting tomorrow. It's our 25th season. Believe it or not, we've been around 25 years. Wayne Huizenga started a great thing here, went to the Stanley Cup, and with Vinny Viola and the rest of us, we're ready to bring a champion back to South Florida. So come out, give us a shot this year. It's going to be awesome.
Amazing. So I've never actually requested this, but you know what, man? I actually just really want to hear one word about what you think is going to change the Florida Panthers this year. One word.
Tenacity.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Dude. Okay.
Is that it? We end on that?
Dude. Wow. Yes. Absolutely. That's the WUG. That's everything. That's the whole damn deal. I love it, Matt. Thank you so much, man.
Of course, man.
All right. I think we're out of time. Oh, man. I'm going to have to calm down after that, dude. That was phenomenal. Well done. Thank you so much, Matt.
Dude. Anytime.
Congratulations on everything going on in your personal life.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't be happier for a guy like you. And thank you guys for tuning into the WUG. And we'll see you again.
Thank you.